everyone, it is Kat
and Amber,
and we are Wandering Soup. And today, as always, we bring you a little bit of information to help you on your journey, wherever that may be, from wherever that may be from. But from this week, and I meant from this week, but I meant
before this week.
Yeah. Anyway, for this week, we're going to be talking about moving from the U.S. for the first time on your first international move.
Yeah, move, not necessarily like vacation, but if you've decided you're going to pick up, you're going to move somewhere else from the U.S., where is that?
I'm going to tell you 5 reasons Merida may be the best choice for you. I think that's a good one, right? 5 reasons why Merida may be the best choice for you for your first overseas move.
There's probably more than 5. We can just
we just want, because we know we could be here for 2 hours.
That's right.
And we should do a lot about that. But anyway, today we're not, and we're going to talk about 5. So let's kick it off, Amber, with the first one, which is the most obvious one: proximity to the U.S.A. Yeah, I mean, if you have family and friends still in the U.S., you're still trying to figure out where you want to go, how you want to live, what you want to do, Mexico is an obvious choice, and Merida is an even better choice because of all the reasons we're going to give you later on. But it's a 2-hour flight for a lot of places, especially if you're in the southern U.S. It's 2 to 3 hour flight. The wind is blowing. It's beautiful out today. But yeah, so 2, 3, 4 hour flight maybe, depending on what part of the U.S. you're from. But at max, maybe an 8. I mean, if there's a couple of layovers or something like that, you can fly in directly into Merida. You can fly into Cancun. I wouldn't advise flying into Mexico City. They do a couple of extra jump through the hoops there. But yeah, proximity to the U.S. is always a good thing.
Right. It's like you feel like you're in a whole different world, but you're not. I mean, you're not that far from where you were. And that's a good thing and a bad thing for some people, I guess. But if it's a good thing for you, then that makes Merida like
an obvious choice.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why we say proximity to the U.S. is if you have, again, family and friends there, you have business you need to take care of. We lived in Asia, and that's a 36 to 48 hour flight, depending on, the cheapness of your tickets and how many layovers you're going to have. But versus a 6 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour flight to Mexico. I mean, honestly, you can't. That's not even weighing apples and oranges, you know what I'm saying?
And that part too, like if you're not able to do long flights, like for health reasons, and some people really can't. It can be a lot of pressure and burden on your body. So another reason why Merida is a better choice.
Exactly. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I always wear the compression socks, and they've helped me. Some people say they don't. Some people say I love them. For long flights, I recommend them. That's just an extra tip. I recommend for anything over 4 hours, you should wear some compression socks. All right, next thing, and this is a big one for Amber, I think.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, like I was just talking with someone yesterday about community. And, for some people, you're not necessarily looking for that when you move, but I think sometimes you don't realize how much you need it until you don't have it. So, yeah, definitely Merida is a special place for that reason. You just don't find the kind of community that's here everywhere you would go in an overseas move, and that's for different reasons. But here we've definitely been able to just make friends very easily, connect with people a lot easier, just because we're close to a lot of expats. Right, we're also close. Yeah, we're close to a lot of families. A lot of expats live around where we live, and we just run into each other. And there's also community building types of events, and even during COVID, there's little things where you can actually get together with people, or WhatsApp groups. There's just a lot of effort being put into that so that people can connect even during a panorama like we're experiencing right now.
Exactly, a Panera Bread. I'm telling you, it's hard out here. But Merida has been surprising in a number of ways, in the way that we felt very much at ease because of the community that's being built here. Shout out to Brothers and Sisters of Merida Facebook group, and a few other groups out there too that are doing the thing here in Mexico. There's an LGBT group in Mexico that I'm a member of that I really like. There's good information there. I'm a vet. There's a group of vets here. And it's just growing. Like, I feel like I'm connecting more here. And then we were connecting overseas in Asia. Don't get me wrong, but the groups there were a little bit bigger because they were covering a bigger geographic region. Versus here, it's Merida. If you're in the area, and the group is growing, the groups are growing because more people are moving here. People, when they get here, they're reaching out and connecting. I think in Asia, you get there, you're like, let me just find my feet, and so you end up isolating yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, I think people are definitely more kind of on their own in the places that we lived in Southeast Asia. Yeah, people are kind of like doing their own thing, which there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
But I think you kind of get, maybe that's more of the mindset when you're that far, that far from your home country. Whereas here, people are like, yeah, like we've moved, but we're just replacing what we left with something new.
Right.
A new community.
Right, and because this is such a family-friendly city, I think that does help. So if you have kids, Merida's a great city for that. To bring your children here, they won't feel as isolated. I think our son was a little bit isolated in Asia because we honestly just didn't see a lot of expat kids around. There weren't as many, but Merida has a slew of kids and more coming in every day, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
All kinds of families too, and not just, I mean, that's the beautiful thing too, like LGBTQ, just like people from everywhere. So the variety of people and families and situations is definitely a welcoming factor.
Definitely a welcoming factor. Yeah. And always the elephant in the room, cost of living. We discussed this so much in other videos that I don't want to beat the dead horse, but cost of living is good here. I'm gonna say this again. It is not cheap in Mexico. It's cheaper. It's cheaper, depending on where you're from in the U.S. It's cheaper. That's a good cheapish. Depending on how you live and how you want to live. But you can definitely pay a lot, and you can definitely pay a little. So it's up to you. But you get the opportunity to explore that here. In America, I think we get stuck in our way. You know what I'm saying? This is how our family has lived. This is how we're gonna. Standards. Yeah. Here you can fluctuate that. You can get a cheap house, buy some really good furniture, put inside that cheap house, right? It's up to you. You can buy a really big, nice house or rent and put some really expensive furniture in it. It's up to you and what your comfort level is going to be. But all in all, Mexico is cheaper, cheapish, but it's not the cheapest place we've ever lived. We're never going to say that, but it's definitely, it'll give you good vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like you said, or you can live more inexpensively, and then you can travel more because of that. Like you can live here and you decide, well, I'm not gonna have that high rent that I had, before. Right. I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna downgrade a little bit, but then I'm gonna be able to move around a lot more, which is really what I want to do. And this is a perfect place to do that, even within the country.
Right.
In Mexico.
And I don't know why, but that when you do that in the States, people look at you funny. They're like, why would you want to live so cheaply? And when you can live so nicely.
That's true.
And here, nobody's like, oh, we get it. You want to live in a small studio apartment here, pay $200 a month, and then travel. Girl, go travel, see the world. But in America, like, oh, you broke? You ain't got no money, you ain't got no good job? It's a battle almost. And here, nobody's gonna battle you. Live your life the best way you want to live your life.
Yeah,
it's freedom. There's freedom from moving overseas. And that's for everybody, right?
That's true. That's true.
That's that little inner things that nobody really talks about. There's a freedom that comes from moving. Oh man, where do you do that? That's another video in itself. Oh my God, all the freedoms we've experienced. All right, and the next one, and this is a big one, I think.
Yeah.
For a first-time mover from the U.S.A, is comfort level. And by comfort level, what we're really talking about is what
familiarity.
Yeah. I was going to say it, but I stutter, and I'm glad Amber said the word for me. I stumble over some words. But yeah, say it again, for example.
Familiarity.
Right. This looks like the suburbs of America. Small southern town, small northeastern town, small western town, small midwest town. It feels very comfortable.
Gives you those vibes, for sure.
Right. So, except, if you're in Central and those surrounding areas. But once you move up to the Norte, it does look very westernish. And you'll feel comfortable. You'll still be in a foreign country,
right? But
you'll feel a ease that, when you move to Vietnam, you're in Vietnam. When you're in Cambodia, you are definitely in Cambodia. There is no hesitation here. Here, you could sort of like slide in a little bit. And you'd be like, oh, okay, they got apartments. They look just like the apartments at home. They're made out of concrete. You know, they got houses, they got grocery stores, they got Walmart, they got Sam's Club, they got Costco, movie theaters. You know, hey.
Yeah, but with a different, definitely with a slower pace, which you can also find in some smaller towns in the U.S. But that is the like best thing about it. It's like you get that familiar, like this isn't like I'm not in a really strange place. But you can also, you also don't have to be caught up in the rat race that you were caught up in before. Like you can actually like be comfortable, take a breath, and just enjoy your surroundings. Like really enjoy them without having like a lot of those blocks you feel like you have to put up because, well, I don't know, I don't understand these people are strange. Like it's just not going to feel that way, I think, for most Americans.
No, you won't. You once you learn your streets and the area around your home, you're at home.
Yeah.
It's very easier. That's a huge one to me. I think it's comfort level. And you and I were discussing it yesterday. I was like, I just feel good here. I feel like this is very similar to where we lived in Georgia. But it's Spanish. Don't get me wrong. Everything's in Spanish. So there's just enough to keep me awake and go, you know, hey, we're not in America, and I love that aspect of it. But I can get most of the things, the same products that I'm used to here. I do have to search for them a little bit.
Yeah.
You may have to order them in, but you know, in Asia, some of those just wasn't an option at all. You know, so there is that. I like it.
Yeah, comfort definitely.
And the big one, the one a lot of people move to Merida for.
And we definitely did.
Yeah, it was always on the top of our list. It was definitely on top of our list. It's safety.
Yeah. I mean, we had been looking at other places to move when we were leaving Vietnam. And really, you know, the fact that we kept hearing that Merida is one of the safest places to live, we were just like, you know what? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, I personally like to walk all times of the day. Whenever I feel like it, I want to be able to go out, just walk outside my door and walk and go where I want to go. And here, and I'm going to do that regardless, but here when I do it, I don't feel like threatened at all.
Right.
Like I feel very comfortable. I make sure to go out during times of the day where there are people out or go places where there are people around. But you just don't, you know, there were even places in the States that I felt less comfortable than I do here. So, you know, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I would not walk in America in certain neighborhoods, no matter what time it is. And that's just being brutally honest. We talked about that even in Vietnam and in Cambodia. Amber walked there. And, you know, it took me a minute to process that she was just going to get up and walk. I'm like, you can't do that. You know, you ain't going to get robbed, raped, murdered. It's America. Oh, we're not in America no more. And, you know, hey. But safety is a huge factor. You know, she walks. I'm comfortable. I send her a message. I give her a call or WhatsApp or whatever. Hey, you doing okay out there? Yeah. I'm over. I see this store over here. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. I'll be back in a little bit.
Our son can walk.
Yeah, we let him go to the store if he wants to go to the store. Nobody's really stressing over things. Now, don't get me wrong, crime is here. Crime is everywhere in the world. But safety is definitely this is like the second highest rated or third highest rated city in North America for safety. And that's North America, because Mexico is North America. I feel like, you know, you're going to be good here. Petty crime is here, don't get me wrong. If there's a crime of opportunity, you leave your phone on the table while you go to the bathroom, yeah, it's a possibility it's not going to be there when you come back. But that's everywhere. Right. I mean, don't leave your phone on the table. Don't leave your laptop, you know, unsecured. You just can't do certain things, but you can't do that anywhere.
Right.
But if you want to walk the streets, you're going to be okay here.
And I mean, and let's be honest, there's crazy people.
Right.
Okay, crazy don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, so you always got to be on the lookout for stupid stuff.
Right.
You know, but just in general, and then also, you know, traveling in groups or, you know, people definitely get together to walk here. That's awesome. You know, if you want to walk and you don't want to be by yourself, you don't have to. Right. There are people who get together for groups. Shout out Marcy.
Right.
You can go and with other people. So, you know, there's levels. And for everything, every kind of person, really. Yeah.
But if you're a single, solo, female traveler or guy traveler, Merida is really the city for you. Not for clubbing, though. I'm sorry, and not for dating, probably. But for safety-wise, this is a good jump-off point. Yeah. To get your feet wet, come here. You can walk, you can stroll, you can do whatever you want to. Go to all the stores, live your best life, and you will be good here. Now, do people get robbed? Yes, they do. I'm sorry, it happens. But it's such a small number compared to any other part of the world that we've traveled in. We are very much more cognizant of that possibility of petty crime in other countries. Here, we do our security things. Don't get me wrong, we definitely do that. But I'm not as fearful, but it happens. And we accept that possibility that it could happen. And those are our 5 reasons that we think Merida is a good first stop for your first overseas move. And I'm going to throw in an extra little tidbit for you that I think is very important and that everybody should be aware of. It's the 180-day tourist visa that is offered in Mexico in general. This will give you 180 days or 6 months to figure out if this is a city for you. So if you don't want to go through the residency process and you're not sure, don't do it. Do the 180-day tourist visa. Figure out if Merida is a city for you, if Mexico is the country for you, and if not, guess what? It didn't cost you nothing. The visa's free. You get it when you get at the airport. It's 180 days. If you fly in, do it. Why not?
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. We've paid for visas in every country we've been to, except for Malaysia, but you only get 90 days. So think about that. A free visa is 180 days. Why not?
Yeah. You ain't losing nothing.
You ain't losing nothing, but you gaining 180 days in Merida, Mexico. Culture, safety, food, community, all those things here in Merida. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is. Y'all come on.
Come on down to Merida, Mexico, and check out all the 5 reasons that we said this is a perfect spot for the first time overseas mover, single, family, whatever family you have. This will work for you, we think, based off our experience.
We ain't having a party.
No.
But come out.
No, not after COVID. Get your vaccination if you can, because you're not going to get it here on no tourist visa. But hey, we here. All right, I am Kat.
And I'm Amber.
We'll see you in the next video, y'all. Peace and love.
Peace.